Sturgeon downs in the dumps as Scottish independence warned to be hurtful and costly by experts. Nicola Sturgeon was warned that Scottish independence will hurt Scotland a lot as Professor Mark Blyth cast doubt on the SNP's plans. Nicola Sturgeon will face First Minister's questions today as Scotland grapples with new restrictions to fight the Omicron variant. On Tuesday, Ms Sturgeon said Scots should limit their indoor social mixing to no more than 3 households over the festive season, but family Christmas celebrations can go ahead. She urged people to cut down social contacts as much as possible over the coming weeks in an attempt to slow the spread of the Omicron variant while the vaccine booster program accelerates across the country. Fears around COVID have taken centre stage in Scotland in recent months, meaning the SNP's drive for independence has been put to the side at times. This could also worsen economic concerns, something which was already raised by Professor Mark Blyth in September last year. One of Ms Sturgeon's leading advisers, Mr Blyth, warned Scotland would need a 20-year period of getting from A to B, and that it would come with costs. The Scots-born academic, Professor of International Economics at the Watson Institute of Economics at Brown University at Rhode Island, also mocked the SNP's repeated claim that Scotland would become like Denmark if it was independent. He said there was a complete lack of specificity in thinking about Scotland's current business model, and where it wanted to go and how. Professor Blyth continued, "Instead of which we've got, Denmark is awesome. We should be like Denmark. If we were independent, we would be Denmark. No, you wouldn't be Denmark. Denmark took 600 years to become Denmark. How do you become your own thing given where you're starting? That's the only thing that really needs to be answered. The Danes have a far bigger connection to Germany than Scotland. They're a peninsula that's stuck up on the butt of the hinterland of Germany." One view is that, the basic reason that Denmark is rich and cooperative isn't really its social democratic traditions or any of that, it's the fact that you've got 80 meters Germans up your backside. Another policy that could cause issues for an independent Scotland is the SNP's commitment to not renewing Trident. Mr Blyth warned that rolling back on nuclear weapons could anger NATO and make it harder for Scotland to join the EU. He added, "The SNP have embraced a knee-jerk unilateralism, get the nukes out, we don't want any of that stuff. I don't know how that's going to work out in the long term. If the first thing you do is to say to NATO and to the leader of NATO that we're not going to host any nukes anymore, you can forget it, and your submarine access is cut off, you can't dock in our ports or anything, they're going to make life very difficult. If you do that also from the European side, you're going to basically bugger up NATO's only nuclear deterrent, don't expect them to be too forthcoming on the EU membership." Ms Sturgeon has long been a critic of Brexit, citing it as one of the major reasons Scotland should have a second vote on independence. But Mr Blyth said the impact of Scottish independence on the economy would be 10 times bigger than the UK's withdrawal from the EU. He added, "If your argument is that we need to do this because of Brexit, then Scotland separated from England is the biggest Brexit in history. The last time Scotland was fully economically independent, the word capitalism hadn't been uttered. It, the Union, has been together for over 300 years. So, if pulling apart 30 years of economic integration with Europe is going to hurt, 300 is going to hurt a lot. That means one of two things. Either you have brass plate independence, you declare independence, you get a vote, but nothing really changes, you put up some brass plates in Edinburgh, and nothing really changes, you keep the pound and all that stuff. Or you go for regulatory divergence, different currency, different economic policy, etc., which will entail significant short to medium-term costs. There's no way around that. We know that because it's Brexit times 10. On a side note, the Omicron variant looks set to be the dominant strain of COVID in Scotland by tomorrow, the First Minister confirmed. Yesterday 5,155 more COVID cases were recorded in Scotland yesterday. The UK saw the most cases ever recorded yesterday at 78,610. However, this record is expected to be broken numerous times in the coming days. To be